So this is GamerBoy. I'm back. I was, for my previous video, I wanted to go ahead and create a video so that you could see how to set up the MAME, the multiple arcade machine emulator. It's very simple to install, very easy, and it actually allows you to play all the old vintage arcade games on your computer or your Android devices. We are going to download it today on a Windows PC. So I actually have a Windows 8.1 version running on my PC, and I have a 64-bit machine. You can tell what machine you have, or you can figure it out by going to your Windows icon and right clicking it. And when you right click the Windows icon on your desktop, on the toolbar, you go actually to the File Explorer and you left click on File Explorer, and that should open up a window here. And what that window is it's actually going to give you the option to look at all the different folders. And to figure out, if you don't know if you've got a 64-bit machine or what version of Windows, only thing you have to do is right click on this PC and go down to the properties. And when you open the properties, it will have the information there for you. If you do not have that, you will need to know that, so when you download MAME, you can get the right version and it will work. You can download a 32-bit version of MAME on a 64-bit machine and it will work, but you cannot download a 64-bit MAME machine on a 32-bit system and expect it to work. It will not work. So anyway, so there again, you just go to the Windows icon and you right click, and you know, on the File Explorer, actually left click on the File Explorer and open the window for your PC. So that would be this PC, and right click here and then go to properties. So left click on properties and you can figure that out. So after you've done that and you know what system that you are working with, if you didn't already, then you will click on your web browser. So I am going to use Chrome. So I'm just going to open the Chrome web browser and I'm going to go to Google. There are many different websites you can go to download the MAME, the multiple arcade machine emulator software, and there's different versions. So the thing of it is, it's gone through a series of development, and I'm just going to put in Google. And you want to get the best version. A lot of emulators, the most recent version is not necessarily the best, but in this case, the latest version is. So if you just type in MAME, I'm just going to click on the first thing that pops up. You can go to any one of these different sites. So I'm going to click here and open this window. So it's going to send me to this website. There's several of these websites. They offer the games, they offer the emulators. I'm not going to use the 0.141 emulator because it's not the most recent version. I'm actually going to click on this emulator button, and it's going to open up a cascade, and I'm going to go down to MAME emulators, and I'm going to open up this window, and it's going to give us the options here for our particular platform that we're going to use. We are going to use Windows, so I'm going to click on Windows to get the Windows emulator. Now we're going to have a list of options. So here, as you scroll down, you can see it ranges from version 0.141 all the way down. The version that I recommend that you download is going to be the last version listed. So it would be the MAME 0.184 64-bit version. This is 50 megabytes in size, so it's pretty large, but you would click on that and open that window. So, and when you do this, you will actually be prompted to confirm that you are not a bot. So when you do this, you will actually have to come down here, and I'm going to close this ad, but you will have to confirm that. I've already done that, so I do not have to do that, but you will. So the next thing for you to do is to click on this icon here, and it will start the download for the executable in your download file. So once you've downloaded that, it will take some time because it's 50 megabytes. This is rated 5 out of 5 by 10 users. So, and I've had a lot of success with it. So once you do that, then I'm going to go ahead and close that window. So what I have done is I've created a folder, and it's called my online gaming folder. Within this, I'm going to create another folder inside that is going to reflect all the different platforms that I want to play games on. And in this particular case, we're just going to look at the MAME. So within the MAME folder, I'm going to create 2 more folders, and I'm going to create an emulators folder and a ROMs folder. So what you will do is go to the Windows icon and right click it, and then go to the File Explorer and left click that. And when File Explorer opens, you will see the downloads. So when you click here, that is where your zipped download is going to be. So you're going to take it and you'll open up your downloads and you'll click in this folder, and you can drag the MAME zipped folder to the desktop. And once you do that, then you can take it and put it in the emulators folder. Well, once it's in the emulator folder, this has been unzipped. This is what it's going to look like when it's unzipped. But before it's unzipped, what you're going to have to do, for instance, I'm going to click on the ROMs folder, and I'm going to go to F. So it will look like this. And when you left click on it, you will have an option using this version of Windows 8.1 to extract it. And then you'll set the path. And always set the path for extraction to be in the same folder where your zip folder is. I have actually gotten rid of my emulator zip file. You don't really need it, but you might want to have it for some reason. And that's a good place to keep it. So once you've got your emulator and it's unzipped, this is what you're going to have. Then you will want to go back to Google, and you will want to start looking for a ROM. So the ROM stands for read-only memory because it reflects what these games actually are. It's the memory, is what they've actually taken and have turned into the game. That's what comprised the game, so they call them ROMs. Well, you will click on that, and in this case, we are going to want to go use MAME ROMs. So we will click here. You could go to any website. This is just the one that came up first when I clicked Google. So you could go to any one. So they're all, as in my opinion, all of them that I've ever used have been about similar. Some of them have had different things. Something I have to tell you though, not all these games are going to work. And you're going to download things and they're going to be broken and you cannot fix them. Only the MAME development team can fix them, and in some cases they're never going to be fixed. You can run them, sometimes you can partially run them, but you have to keep that in mind. So for instance, if we wanted to download something, for instance, like one of the number games, we would just go down and find what we wanted, and all these different things here we can download. And like here you can see I've downloaded 1945K3, the older version, the OPC X1 PCB version, and I know it works because I played it. So what you do is you click on this, and it's going to open a window. And if you haven't confirmed that you're not a machine, you would have to do that. And if you had, then the next thing to do is to go down until you find the download button, and you would click this, and it's 5.6 megabytes. And when you download this ROM, it is going to pop up there again, just like the emulator did. So you'll have to, in your download folder. So then you're going to right click on the Windows tab, and you're going to go again and left click on File Explorer. Let's close this, and we're going to look at it. So here you're going to see the File Explorer again, and in your downloads you're going to have the zip file. So you can open this folder and you can take the zipped file out and put it on your desktop, and then close this. And then what you can do is go back to your online gaming folder and go to MAME and go to ROMs, and you can drag it and put it in the correct folder. So in all the ROMs, you're going to create a folder for numbers and all the alphabetic, all the letters of the alphabet, so that you can put the ROMs in there and keep them in an organized fashion. So once you do that, for instance here with F, I have Final Fight. Well, you are going to actually get the zip version, so you're going to have to unzip it. So for instance, here it would be the zip file, and you would just left click on it and go up to extract and extract it. And you really don't have to extract it. I haven't had any problems, but I do. I always extract it just as a matter of preference. It's what I've always done. So once it's extracted, you take this and you leave it here. You don't move it, but you right click and you copy it. So you'd want to copy this, because the games are not going to work unless you put them in the emulator. So you've copied the game, it's copied, so you basically got your cartridge. You left click on your emulator and you go down to the folder called ROMs. So here is the folder after you've already unzipped it. It's going to be there, and you click on this. So all the games you want to play, you have to copy and paste in here. I always copy and paste the unzipped version, the unzipped folders. So once you put them here, then the MAME emulator can find them. So now you've got your MAME emulator downloaded, and you've got your ROMs added to the emulator. So the next thing to do is to start the emulator. Only one of these elements in this folder is significant, and it is the application. But you do not want to move it. But you can do things. You can right click on this and you can pin it to the taskbar. You can pin it to the start menu. You can add it to the start menu. I actually pin mine to the taskbar. So I can go here, and if you do that, then whenever you click the icon, it will open and it will not disrupt the function of the program. So you can click this here or this here. Either way, it will start the MAME emulator. And sometimes it takes a while. This is the MAME emulator. This is what you're going to be playing your games on. And I'm going to talk about this for just a little bit. There's several things that you can do. You can configure the controllers. It comes already with player 1 and player 2 controllers configured based on a keyboard. So you will have to actually look and see what the buttons do before you play the game, so you will know how to play the games. It comes with this here, which is a screen, and it will actually tell you all the games that you have loaded when this diamond is on the available games. These are the available games to you that you have downloaded and placed in your ROMs folder. You can change different types of configurations. You can change the layout of this graphical user interface. It also has the information here to let you know that you're using MAME 0.184, and that's the version you need to download. Here we know that there are 34,151 machines available to this particular emulator, but many of them are not going to work. And we also know that that's from 70 BIOS. BIOS stands for Basic Input and Output Systems. So basically, the manufacturers have taken 70 different machines to generate all these games, and some obviously make more than others. But that's what we have to deal with right now. And here is basically a database that lists all the different ROMs. One of the key things that you should know, which I'm going to make a video in the future, is that Android MAME emulators do not use CHDs very well. So, and some of them do not support them at all. So, if you try to play one of these games on an Android device, you have to be knowledgeable of which ones are CHD and which ones are not. So, here we basically can look at this, and here I clicked no CHD, and this will give us a list of all the games that, and when they are highlighted, they are not known to have CHD files to work. And these are basically ultra high density imaging. As you can see, the type of games here that would use them, you know, are definitely high level games and high definition resolution images. You can click on all to get a list of all the emulators, or all the ROMs that are available, that are known to exist but not necessarily available to you. These are ones that are, the ones that are unavailable are the ones that are known to exist but not, the team has not developed them yet. This is working list, not working list. So, and it's not comprehensive, and it's not 100% accurate, because the team develops them routinely and they do not update these lists. So these may or may not be, they're a good guide but not definitive. So here I'm going to click on available, and not all the ROMs are going to work. I'm going to give you a prime example. Here's Donkey Kong. Download it. You click on this, you double click on it, and it's going to start, and it's going to tell you right from the bat there's problems with it. I'm going to just use my keyboard to go through, and this is how, every time these ROMs load, it's the same thing as clicking the button on for the arcade machine. For like the old school device, it's almost like, you know, there's this old wives' tale or whatever where you could turn the button on and off and you get free games. Not true, but this is how every time you turn these machines on, boom, it's not going to work. And that's how it is. There's nothing you can do about that. It's all in the hands of the ROM, of the MAME development team. You cannot fix it. You cannot go in and program it and make it work. So if it doesn't work, it just doesn't work. So I'm closing that out. That did not work. But here's 1945-3, the older version. I'm going to click on that. We have a green sign that tells us, yes, it is working. The graphics is okay. The sound's okay. It is working. So I'm going to double click on that. So, and this is like starting the machine up. Boom. There it is. I'm only going to play it just enough to get you started to see that it actually works. You got to know what buttons to use. There again, I know 5 is putting quarters in the machine, which you have unlimited quarters with MAME. So that's a great thing. And then you press 1 to start. 1 is first player, and I hit control, and I'm going to be flying that particular jet, and I hit control again, and I'm going to start, and I can shoot. Different buttons do different things. You know, different buttons shoot different ways, and this is playing the game. So it works. I'm not going to sit here and play it all day. As a matter of fact, that's pretty much it. But it works. It's great. It's excellent. Now you know how to do it. You know how to set it up. I can't speak. I mean, I really can't say how awesome it is. It's just totally awesome that you can do this, and it's free. There's always a little thing that people always say: make sure you're entitled to play the games. So you might want to do that if that means anything to you. I love these games. My goal is to play all these games once in my life and get every one of them that works that I can. But that's how it's done. It's simple, and you've got it, and it works, and it's really awesome. And so that's my tutorial on how to set up MAME. And you know, keep following me. I'm GamerBoy. I love the game, and I'm going my next video. Not sure what I'm going to do, but in future videos, I am going to show you how to set up all this to work with a wireless controller. So it is going to be awesome, because you can set up different types of controllers. These things have controller interfaces, and you can use them, and they're really awesome. So YouTube, I hope you have a good one. I'm out. This is GamerBoy, and peace.